watched you walk away. The sky turned gray, but I smiled like I was fine. Didn't ask you to stay. I held my breath behind a trembling face, because loving you was never meant to leave a trace. I wrote your name on every page I hid, buried my feelings like a scared little kid. You said goodbye and I just let you go, but silence isn't proof I didn't love you so. You never heard the late night cries or saw the tears I fought to hide. I loved you more than I let it show, more than my pride could ever know. I loved you in the pauses, the things I never said, in the quiet spaces where my heart quietly bled, in the way I let you go, though I was breaking too. I loved you deeper than you ever knew. I told my friends I moved along, laughed too loud, played it strong, but every song I skip, every street I avoid, is proof that losing you left a silent void. Maybe one day when the noise is gone, you'll feel the echo of a love still holding on, not in words but in the air between all the moments where I stayed unseen. I loved you in the pauses, the things I never said, in the quiet spaces where my heart quietly bled, in the way I let you go, though I was breaking too. I loved you deeper than you ever knew. So if you wonder why I never tried to fight, know my silence held the love burning bright. I loved you more than I said, more than I could, in every way I stayed when I knew I should. I said I was fine, like it was easy to leave. I said I was fine, like it was easy to leave. Like love was something I could just release. But truth is I kept you in every breath, in the quiet where my heart never left. Your name still echoes in my mind, a soft refrain, out of place and out of time. I didn't cry where you could see, but every night it broke a piece of me. I played it cool like you meant less, but every step away was heaviness. I should have told you how I really felt, but pride built walls I never dealt. I loved you more than the words I chose, more than the calm in the face I showed, in every silent scream I hid from view. I loved you more than I ever told you. Now I walk through days like I forgot, but you're the reason I pause a lot. Your laughing strangers, your scent and rain, reminds me I let you go in vain. Now I walk through days like I forgot, but you're the reason I pause a lot. Your laughing strangers, your scent and rain, reminds me I let you go in vain. Maybe I feared you'd run if I confess, so I buried love beneath my chest. But now I trade this quiet day for one real word I didn't fake. I loved you more than the words I chose, more than the calm in the face I showed, in every silent scream I hid from view. I loved you more than I ever told you. So if you're wondering what was true, let this be the proof I owe to you. I loved you more than I said that day, more than silence will ever convey. loved you more than the words I chose, more than the calm in the face I showed, and every silent scream I hid from view. I loved you more than I ever told you. Now I walk through days like I forgot, but you're the reason I pause a lot. Your laughing strangers, your scented rain reminds me I let you go in vain. I still make 2 cups of coffee in the morning, habit or hope, I'm never sure which one. Your side of the bed stays cold and undisturbed, but I straighten the sheets like your return. Your toothbrush is still in the second drawer. I kept your notes tucked in the kitchen door. I never said how much I needed you, and now the silence is the loudest truth. I walked through life like I was okay, smiled at strangers, turned night into day. But I loved you in ways I never confessed. In all the quiet, you were my loudest yes. I loved you in routines and undone things, in the space where your voice used to sing, in the words I held back, the tears I denied. I loved you deeper than I ever implied. I never told you how safe you made me feel, that your laugh could make the world stand still. You never saw the poems I couldn't write, too full of you, too heavy with goodbye. Maybe love isn't loud, maybe it's this, the ache in the morning, the things that I miss. But if love means stay when the world moves on, then I've been loving you all along. I loved you in routines and undone things, in the space where your voice used to sing, in the words I held back, the tears I denied. I loved you deeper than I ever implied. You were my comfort, my calm, my light, and even in absence you still feel right. I loved you more than I said every day, and I still do, in every small way. Loved you in routines and undone things, in the space where your voice used to sing, in the words I held back, the tears I denied. I loved you deeper than I ever implied. I loved you. You were my comfort, my calm, my light, and even in absence you still feel right. I loved you more than I said every day, and I still do, in every small way. I never said it, but you felt it in my eyes, the way I looked at you like sunrise. I didn't speak, but my hands knew your skin, tracing love without letting it begin. You laughed and I memorized the sound, like music only I was allowed. I watched your world and stayed outside, too afraid to cross the line. The love was there in every glance, in every slow and quiet dance. I thought you'd just understand, but silence was a heavy hand. I loved you in the space between the words, in the pauses where the truth was heard, in all the ways I didn't say your name. I loved you, but I played the game. Your jacket still hangs by my door, like you'll come back like before. But we both was left too much unsaid. Now only echoes fill this bed. I wish I let the silence fall apart, stuck in the weight of my full heart. But I held back, trying not to lose. Now I live with love I didn't choose. I love you in the space between the words, in the pauses where the truth was heard, in all the ways I didn't say your name. I loved you but I played the game. If you ever wonder why I didn't speak, it wasn't you, it was me too weak. I loved you more than I could show, and I still do, you should know. If you ever wonder why I didn't speak, it wasn't you, it was me too weak. I loved you more than I could show, and I still do, you should know. You're still the first thought when I wake, though I act like my heart doesn't ache. I move through days like I've let you go, but inside you're the rhythm I know. I pass the cafe where we used to meet, pretend I don't feel it under my feet, but the memories rise like morning fog, soft and thick, they pull me along. I laugh in rooms where you're not near, but every joke just hides the fear. There I let you go without a fight, and now I dream of you every night. I loved you longer than the time we had, more than the moments good or bad. In all the days since you've been gone, I've been loving you all along. I find your shadow in sudden rain, in songs I skip to avoid the pain. I loved you quiet, I loved you deep, in the places no one ever sees. People say you'll heal with time, but some love stays a silent sign. I didn't need forever with you, just one more chance to speak the truth. I loved you longer than the time we had, more than the moments good or bad. In all the days since you've been gone, I've been loving you all along. I pass the cafe where we used to meet, pretend I don't feel it under my feet, but the memories rise like morning fog, soft and thick, they pull me along. I laugh in rooms where you're not near, but every joke just hides the fear that I let you go without a fight, and now I dream of you every night. I loved you longer than the time we had, more than the moments good or bad. In all the days since you've been gone, I've been loving you all along. I find your shadow in sudden rain, my songs I skip to avoid the pain. In all the days since you've been gone, I've been loving you all along. So if you feel a pull, a gentle thread, that's me loving you in words unsaid. I loved you more than I let it show, and I still do, just so you know. Ooh, 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 ooh. I told my friends I'm totally fine, then cried cause you like someone's online. Ordered fries and watched a show, laughed too loud then felt too low. Ooh, ooh. I blocked you just to feel in charge, then unblocked you, hit refresh, large. I've got your name still in my phone, with two hearts and a star emoji thrown. I pretend I've let you go, but my search bar says you know. Maybe healing's not so clean when I still dream in memes and screams. I loved you more than I let it seem, more than my pride, more than the dream. Even when I'm acting cool, I'm the queen of loving like a fool. Ooh, 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 ooh. I walk past places we used to go, still pretend I don't see the glow. The table by the window seat still feels like you're across from me. Ooh, ooh. Maybe I'm a little stuck, but I've got jokes and decent luck. If missing you means dancing late, then hey, maybe heartbreak ain't so bad a state. I loved you more than I let it seem, more than my pride, more than the dream. Even when I'm acting cool, I'm the queen of loving like a fool. So if you see me smiling wide, it's not that I'm done with what I hide. I loved you big, I loved you bright, and maybe that's my silly right. So if you see me smiling wide, it's not that I'm done with what I hide. I loved you big, I loved you bright, and maybe that's my silly right. I thought of texting you last night, but closed the app and dimmed the light. Some things feel better left unsaid, still you were dancing in my head. I saw your name in a comment thread, didn't click but smiled instead. It's funny how you still appear in all the corners I hold dear. I'm not waiting, not holding on, but part of me still plays your song in quiet ways and sideways glance, and maybe I'd still take a chance. I'm not waiting, not holding on, but part of me still plays your song in quiet ways and sideways glance, and maybe that still take a chance. So if you feel a little tug, like someone sent a silent hug, it might be me from far away, still loving you in my own way. I say I'm good and mostly mean it, but some love lingers, can't delete it. It's not a wound, it's not regret, just something I can't quite forget. I don't expect an awkward call, no sudden answers, none at all. But if you ever stop and feel something warm, then maybe it's real. So if you feel a little tug, like someone sent a silent hug, it might be me from far away, still loving you in my own way. No drama here, no need to reply, just letting us know truthful bye. I loved you once, I love you still, in ways I don't know how to feel. I played it cool when I saw your face, laughed it off like I'd been okay. But in my chest, the words stayed tight. You were my morning, my only light. I held your hand like it was a game. Smiled through fear, never said your name. I thought you'd feel what I kept inside. Silence isn't where love hides. I gave you glances, half of the truth, but never dared to say I needed you. I hoped you'd hear it in my tone, but love gets lost when left alone. I loved you more than I said, more than the moments I replay in my head. In every breath I couldn't take, you were the risk I didn't make. I wrote you text I never sent, full of words I still regret. I tried to speak, but lost the fight. You slipped away before it felt right. It's not the words I miss the most, it's the chance to hold you close. If I could go back just one night, I'd say it all, I'd say it right. I loved you more than I said, more than the silence between what we left. In every heartbeat I replay, you were the truth I couldn't say. So if you ever wonder why I was quiet, no, I loved you, I just couldn't try it. Not out loud, not with my head, but I loved you more than I said. I said you're fine and I meant you everything. Rolled my eyes when you did the sweetest things. Played it cool like love was lame, but I was hooked the day you came. I teased you more than I should have dared, acted like I didn't care, but every look I threw your way was a love note in disguise each day. I never said the words out loud, kept my heart behind the crowd, but if you read between the lines, you knew you had me all the time. I loved you more than I said, it was in my jokes, my sideways head. In every sigh I tried to hide, you were the truth behind my pride. I mocked your playlist, rolled my eyes, but memorized your lullaby. Said whatever, like it's no big deal, but now I know that love was real. Maybe I was scared to fall, so I built up every wall, but love still leaked from every crack, and you somehow never looked back. I loved you more than I said, it was in my jokes, my sideways head. In every sigh I tried to hide, you were the truth behind my pride. I loved you more than I said, it was in my jokes, my sideways head. In every sigh I tried to hide, you were the truth behind my pride. I loved you more than I said, it was in my jokes, my sideways head. I mocked you more than I said, it was in my jokes, my sideways head. So if you ever look behind and wonder if I crossed the line, know this truth I never shed, I loved you more than I ever said. I told my friends you weren't my type, too sweet. I said, not really my vibe. But then I saved your morning text like some collector with no rest. I rolled my eyes at all your jokes, but laughed alone when no one spoke. Said you were fine, just someone I knew. Yeah, sure, that's what liars do. I never said I'm into you. Played it chill like we're just two. But every time you said my name, I blushed like hearts were in a game. I loved you more than I let show. Behind the sass, you'd never know. Every smirk and shrug was code for please don't leave, but overload. I said I liked your friend's new song when really yours had played all along. Kept your playlist on repeat, sang along off key, off beat. Maybe I was scared to fall, so I made it in a comedy after all. But behind the jokes, the truth was loud. I was just too proud to say it out loud. I love you too. I never said I'm into you. Played it chill like we're just two. But every time, just someone I knew. Yeah, sure, that's what liars do. I never said I'm into you. Played it chill like we're just two. But every time you said my name, I blushed like hearts were in a game. I loved you more than I let show. Behind the sass, you'd never know. Every smirk and shrug was code for please don't leave, but overload. I loved you more than I let show. Behind the sass, you'd never know. Every smirk and shrug was code for please don't leave, but overload. I said I loved you more than I let show. Behind the sass, you'd never know. Every smirk and shrug was code for please don't leave, but overload. I loved you more than I let show. Behind the sass, you'd never know. Every smirk and shrug was code for please don't leave, but overload. I said I liked your friend's new song when really yours had played all along. Kept your playlist on repeat, sang along off key, off beat. Maybe I was scared to fall, so I made it in a comedy after all. But behind the jokes, the truth was loud. I was just too proud to say it out loud. More than my love. I said I liked your friend's new song when really yours had played all along. Kept your playlist on repeat, sang along off key, off beat. Maybe I was scared to fall, so I made it a comedy after all. But behind the jokes, the truth was loud. I was just too proud to say it out loud. We sat in silence, stars above, no words exchanged, but it felt like love. You touched my hand, I looked away, but in my chest I begged you to stay. The night was soft, your laugh was low, the kind that lingers warm and slow. I said it's late, you said I know, but neither of us moved to go. The night was soft, your laugh was low, the kind that lingers warm and slow. I said it's late, you said I know, but neither of us moved to go. I never told you what I felt, I let the moment speak itself. But if you saw the way I breathe, you know you never had to leave. I loved you more than I said. In glances stolen, cheeks turned red. In every second I held still, you were the calm I couldn't kill. We danced inside a quiet room, no music played, just heartbeats boomed. You looked at me like time stood still, and I forgot what fear could feel. Maybe I was scared to fall too deep, to name the dreams I meant to keep. But even now I still replay the night we almost chose to stay. I loved you more than I said. In glances stolen, cheeks turned red. In every second I held still, you were the calm I couldn't kill. Neither of us moved to go. I loved you more than I said. In unspoken thoughts that softly spread. And every breath I didn't take was every risk I dared not make. So if you wonder what was true, know the silence held my love for you. No fireworks, no lines were lit, just simple truths I left unsaid. I found an old note in my bag, just a list, milk, eggs, and paper tags. But right below, in tiny scrawl, your doodle heart, I missed it all. I walked the park we used to roam. The bench still feels a bit like home. I smiled at how we used to be. Not every ending is a plea. I never said how much you meant, but not all love needs bold intent. Some things are felt beyond the lines, in silent space and borrowed time. I loved you more than I said, but I don't wish it all again. What we had still warms my chest and gave me strength to take the rest. You taught me how to see the rain, not as a loss but part of change. And when I hear our favorite song, it doesn't ache, just sings along. Maybe we were meant to bend, not to break, just not to end. You were a season, not the whole, but left your light within my soul. I loved you more than I said, but I don't wish it all again. What we had still warms my chest and gave me strength to take the rest. You taught me how to see the rain, not as a loss but part of change. And when I hear our favorite song, it doesn't ache, just sings along. Just sings along. Maybe we're meant to bend, not to break, just not to end. You were a season, not the whole, but left your light within my soul. I loved you more than I said, and now I carry you instead. In better days and softer nights, you're in the calm before new heights. So if I smile when no one sees, it might be all our used to be. You weren't forever, but you stayed in quiet ways that never fade. I saw your name light up my screen, just an old photo, not a dream. I used to flinch, now I just smile. Guess healing walks a quiet mile. The song we loved came on today. I didn't skip, I let it play. It didn't sting, it felt like sun, like something beautiful that's done. I held you close in all the ways that silence lets a heart replay. But time has softened every sound. I'm standing up where I broke down. I loved you more than I said, but I don't carry tears, just threads. You were the start, not the whole map. A faded line, I won't go back. I kept your book, the spine's still worn. I've read the page where we were torn. Now I close it with a breath. No drama left, just quiet depth. Maybe love was meant to teach, not always stay but help us reach the softer places in our skin, where something new can grow again. I loved you more than I said, but now I bless the road ahead. You gave me light, and that still stays in subtle notes and brighter days. So here that shaped me slow and gently past. Not every end is wrapped in pain. Some leave behind a quiet flame. I didn't cry when you walked out. Just sat there numb, not making sound. No scene, no play, no last defense. Just silence stick with consequence. I passed the spot we always met. Try not to breathe, try to forget. But something in the way like bends still calls your name like it pretends. I never asked for you to stay, but every night I hoped you may. And when the door closed soft and slow, I knew I wasn't ready though. I nailed you more than I said, more than I let inside my head. I wore my silence like a shield, but every quiet part still feels. You didn't see the nights I shook, still staring at the last page of our book. No one to tell, no script to read, just me and what I didn't need. Maybe I wasn't hard to leave, maybe I gave too much to grieve. But if you're wondering what was true, I never stopped believing you. I loved you more than I said, more than the tears I never shed. I let you go with steady hands, I fell apart in shifting sands. So if you ask what still remains, it's not the love, it's not the pain. It's just a piece I had to lose, to know I once had something true. For you to stay, but every night I hoped you may. And when the door closed soft and slow, I knew I once had something true. I saw someone wearing your cologne, made me smile though I was alone. Isn't it strange how a scent can rewind the whole damn chapter stuck in time? I passed a dog that looked like yours, same goofy tail, same big paws. And for a second I almost waved, then laughed it off and walked away. I don't cry about you every night, but I still check my phone sometimes. Old habits never really leave, they just get quiet like autumn leaves. I loved you more than I ever let on, in every joke, in every song. Even now when I play it cool, I still remember loving you. The barista asked if I'm seeing someone, I said not really. And then I was done, could've said more, but what's the use? Some things are better left a little loose. I'm not broken, I'm just bent, like a song stuck on one last sentiment. I've moved on at least halfway through, but part of me still tuned to you. I loved you more than I ever let on, in every joke, in every song. Even now when I play it cool, I still remember loving you. I passed a dog that looked like yours, same goofy tail, same big paws. And for a second I almost waved, then laughed it off and walked away. I'm not broken, I'm just bent, like a song stuck on one last sentiment. I've moved on at least halfway through, but part of me still tuned to you. I loved you more than I ever let on, in every joke, in every song. Even now when I play it cool, I still remember loving you. So if you hear laughter in my voice, know that love was once my choice. I loved you soft, I loved you true, yeah, I still remember you. I found your hoodie in the back of my chair, tried it on just to see if I care. Felt a little weird but kinda right, wore it all through Saturday night. I still use your playlist when I clean. Skip your sad songs, keep it serene. Sometimes I sing like you're still here, off key and grinning ear to ear. No, I don't miss you every hour, but some days have that subtle power. Like when the sun hits just so low, and I remember how you go. I loved you more than I let it show, in little ways I didn't know. Like dancing dumb in kitchen light, or holding on without a fight. Your number's still saved in my phone, under a name I've outgrown. Not that I call, okay, maybe once, but I hung up before it rung. I'm good, really, don't get me wrong, but you're still part of my favorite songs. And maybe that's just how it stays. Some loves don't need to fade away. I loved you more than I let it show, in little ways I didn't know. Like dancing dumb in kitchen light, or holding on without a fight. So if I smile when I hear your name, it's just that love still plays the same. Not loud, not lost, just softly true. Like how I still smile at you. Midnight talks in that hat, played them out inside my head. Told you things in quiet dreams, you'll never know what they could mean. Streetlights hum against the glass, time moves slow but feelings pass. I sit in stillness, hold my breath, as if you're here just half a step. I didn't need a grand display, I just wanted you to stay. Even silence when it's right can feel like love and fading light. I loved you soft like whisper rain, never loud, never in vain. In every word I didn't send, you were my start, my quiet end. I don't replay the fights we had, I miss the calm, not just the bad. It's in the way you used to be, the way the world felt next to me. Maybe love was never meant to bloom, but just to live in quiet rooms. And though I never said it clear, you were the peace I kept near. I loved you soft like whisper rain, never loud, never in vain. In every word I didn't send, you were my start, my quiet end. I loved you soft like whisper rain, never loud, never in vain. In every word I didn't send, you were my start, my quiet end. So when the world begins to blur, you're still the voice I always heard. I loved you more than I ever knew, not in noise but in the truth. Never loud, never in vain. In every word I didn't send, you were my start, my quiet end. I passed your street again today, didn't mean to, just lost my way. Funny how the heart remembers turns, long after the memory burns. Saw your coffee shop at noon, the one we claimed our second room. I smiled at strangers like I knew, but none of them look quite like you. I wear my coat like nothing's changed, but everything's been rearranged. Your name's still saved the same old way, like you might call again someday. keep my phone face down at night, like that would help me sleep just right. But even dreams know where you hide, in songs and smells and quiet tides. I never said how much you meant, I thought you'd feel it, wordless scent. But silence speaks in selfish ways, and I watched you slowly drift away. I loved you more than I said it, more than the tears I never shed, more than the poems I couldn't write when you stopped showing up each night. I loved you more than I could show, more than I let the silence know. You were the echo I still chase, the missing part I can't replace. I tell my friends I'm doing fine, and some days that's not a lie. But in the pause between two laughs, your ghost comes quietly and asks, why didn't you speak when you had time? And all I have is this broken rhyme, a song I hum but never sing, a ring I wore but not your ring. Maybe you forgot the way I move, the tone I had, the songs I choose. But if a moment ever slips through, know my silence still loved you. I loved you more than I said, more than the dreams I left unread, more than the nights I stayed awake, pretending I had less to break. I loved you deeper than you knew, more than my pride would let me do. You were my quiet, steady flame, the love I lost but never knew. If you ever wonder why I vanished with no goodbye, just know the words I couldn't speak are still the ones I softly keep. We said too far, but not enough, close enough to feel the hush. I watched you smile, I bit my tongue, another chance and still I run. You reached for words, I looked away, I guess I thought you'd always stay. A glance, a pause, a heavy door, and all I did was ask for more. I had the lines, rehearsed them slow, but fear just told me let it go. And though my hands were shaking true, I left before I said me too. I loved you more than I said, more than the silence I fed. I almost spoke but let it die, I watched you fade without goodbye. Now strangers sit where we once met, the air still holds a faint regret. I take the seat, pretend it's fine, but every echo feels like mine. Maybe love needs less delay, a reckless heart to light the way. But I was careful, cold and slow, and never let my colors show. I loved you more than I said, and every word I left unread. You offered warmth, I stayed unsure, and love walked out the quiet door. So if you think I didn't care, it's only 'cause I wasn't there. I loved you but I stayed afraid, and lost the chance we almost made. I loved you. I won't erase what we became. No need to hide, no need for blame. Some loves don't last, but still they teach a kind of truth that's hard to reach. I hear your name, it doesn't burn, just turns the page, the quiet turn. The echoes fade, but not the hue of who I was when I had you. I carry you through sleepless nights, but never tried to make it right. Some stories close without a sound, believe their roots beneath the ground. I loved you more than I said, and maybe that's what had to end. But what you left I still embrace. It made me softer, gave me grace. The weight is less, the sky more wide. No need to run, no need to hide. You were a chapter, not the whole, but you still live inside my soul. If I had known the last goodbye, I might have kissed instead of cried. But we were both just trying to be what love allowed and let us see. I loved you more than I said, and now I say it with no dread. I hold the light, release the ache, and walk ahead for my own sake. So here's to us, to what was real, to every wound that chose to heal. I'm not undone, I'm just renewed by loving once, by loving you. What had to end, but what you left I still embrace. It made me softer, gave me grace.